Hello, magic makers, and welcome to March. This is Lisa McCradle of Inner Wisdom Awakening with your March energy forecast. We are going through the month of release and renewal, and this is astrologically, numerologically, in a lot of different ways. We're coming off of this Piscean 2 month of February, and we're entering into the number 3. March is the 3rd month of the year. So we're going to play a little bit with the 3, which is all about getting creative. It's the number of creativity. It's the holy trine, body, mind, and soul. It's time to really integrate these expressions of self. But it's a 9 universal month. And so the 9 brings us into completion. It's the letting go phase of the month. And if you can't let it go, then it's essential that you let it be. And so coming into this space of what do you know is complete for you? Perhaps you've known it to be complete for some time, and the numerology and the astrology is going to support you in letting go at the next level this month. It's about bringing closure and completion, and make no mistakes, 9 months can be very swift in their shift, is what I want to say. Like a swift pivot, a swift move, a swift redirection. And so this letting go, you might be cognitive or conscious about what it is that you're willing to let go of, things that are complete. We've been doing a lot of that over the course of these last couple of years, really, we're in this rise or release time of humanity where we're letting go of the old, the things that are absolutely complete. And that's why everything is shifting so rapidly right now, right? Where people live, how people live, who people live with, how they express, jobs, relationships. I mean, it is just an endless well of transformation right now, and it's ongoing. And March is going to bring you some more, because why not? We're becoming new humans, and part of the journey is transformation. It's the name of the game. Stick around to the end, and I'll show you the 4 things that you need to optimize in order to have this month work for you as the best possible frequency. So it's a quick on your feet kind of month with a lot of energy moving through. You're probably already feeling it. It's important and essential that you move without attachment. My motto has been attached to nothing, allow for everything. And this month brings that in, even accentuates that at the next level. So let's look a little bit. Also, it's a big manifestation portal as well. So you're part of the letting go can be old belief systems, lack, limitations, family values that kept you kind of locked and loaded in a scarcity mindset, or in a living experience that's less than what you know you're here to experience. So it's about releasing the lack and opening up the prosperity consciousness that's alive within you in your soul's remembrance. And with that, opening up the door to better opportunities, new adventures, lots transpiring in relationship, in business, in career, in finances, in destiny. There's a lot of destiny energy moving through. So let's look at the astrology just a little bit. The month gets activated. It's initiated on the 2nd of March with a Piscean new moon. And this is considered, in all of the lunations of this year, this is considered to be one of the biggest new moon expressions. So it is in Pisces. It's called a lucky new moon. And what it's doing is it's inspiring optimism, hope. It's bringing in a lot of hope, and it's bringing in a lot of those kind of destiny alignment codes, if you will, of what's possible, right? So we've deconstructed a lot of the illusionary play of the old and moving into a really solid understanding, wisdom, awareness of just the infinity of possibilities that are alive for you. And so it's this optimism, this great optimism as we go into the new moon, the void moon. It's into the shadows. I always think of new moons, first of all, they're new opportunities, but it also takes you in. It takes you into what is true now. What is true now that you're going to bring out through the course of the next 2 weeks through the full moon that gets optimized and magnified in the full moon energy. huge well of increased manifestation, and it begins that fresh starting to let go. It's where you really get to plant your truest seeds of desire. And destiny is what's going to fertilize and grow those seeds of desire. It's a pretty potent new moon happening on the 2nd. March 6th, Venus and Mars have been playing together. They're playing together for almost a little over 2 months, which is quite unusual. And they're going to meet up in Aquarius. It's kind of their culmination meeting. So this is bringing harmony and balance to the masculine and the feminine expressions, aspects of your being, as well as the collectives. It's creating a real expansive, and ignition is the word that wants to come, an igniting energy of these two forces, bringing about more balance, more harmony, collaboration, communion, right? It's this coming together of these aspects of expression, because we don't rise, the feminine doesn't, the feminine, the masculine, the new energy in the new earth come together and rise up as one. We've done both in society, where we've had feminine reign and masculine, the matriarch and the patriarch. And the only way forward, my friends, is that we rise together. Together we rise, united. And so that's the expression of yourself in your masculine and feminine expressions. It's the masculine giving opportunity to harness the true masculine and allow for the receptivity of the feminine, and the feminine to really embody into what it means to be in the great intuitive knowing as the receptor. One charges, one creates through intuition. And we have all those sides living inside of us. So it's a very exciting time. It's about getting to new levels, like dreaming a bigger dream, right? Dreaming a bigger dream, and really encompassing all the power of balance and unity to activate, initiate, and realize these dreams into reality with crystal clear precision. That's part of this unity on the 6th that we get to experience. And then we move into, on the 18th of March, is a Virgo full moon. And this is where we move from that dreaming, kind of the pool of the dream, into the practical. So the Virgo moon shines light on that. So the Pisces energy has us dreaming and watering and emoting and thinking outside of the box. And then in comes a Virgo with this like practical stance of like A equals B, let's go. And so it's bringing that quantum expanded dream state into the concrete of practical creation. So what is a step? Organization, creation. It wakes you up from the dream state and gets you gearing with practicality and focus. It's also a big turning point where there's a lot of deconstruction of illusion. We've been on this trajectory for months, for years, over the great kind of collapse of illusionary play, because that's the matrix of third dimensionality that's crumbling and collapsing. This full moon brings in clarity, sharpness around the edges, where the space where there's been illusion, or where things look kind of dreamy and you can't get the crystal clear lines. It's like wiping the lens clear and seeing really clearly what's been sitting in front of you all along. So this moves things into greater focus and greater sight for truth. What is true? Wrapping up more of the old stuff and clearing the pathway of the gaze for true sight. This started back in 2020 when clear vision was just when all the cool kids were learning clear vision. Now we're really embodying it and living it. March 20th, we enter into Aries. Okay, so this also accentuates that dreamy into practical. So we move from this watery sign of Pisces, the dreamer, and we move more into this Aries fire of Aries. Whew. And it's about getting going and really moving forward, and it's an accelerator. It lights us on fire, right? We can move from this water element into a fire element, get moving. It's also that Pisces is the last sign in the zodiac and Aries is the first. So this month of March is a 9 month, it's a 9 numer numerology code, which is the number of completion, but we're also moving out of the Pisces cycle, which is also a completion number. So no mistakes, right? Everything lines up and sinks in so beautifully. So we are moving into a fresh new beginning, bringing in that Aries energy, that fiery, fearless, let's go kind of vibe. And also that day is also the initiation of the spring equinox. It is the welcoming in of spring. It's the day of balance. We have equal light and equal darkness. The equinox actually occurs at 11:33 a.m. on Eastern Standard Time. Here we have some master number codes, 11 being the number of mastery, 33 being the higher consciousness, taking the creativity of the three and mirroring it to itself. The holy trine, right? The body, mind, spirit, Father, Son, Holy Ghost, as it's known more in kind of traditional religious terms, but you get the idea. It's taking the trine and bringing it together. 33 is also considered to be the Christed number. It is the I am of consciousness, rising into the higher Christed consciousness. So these are master numbers. So we move into that balance, right? So we have it supported astrologically and numerologically as we bring the masculine and feminine together, and then we bring the balance of the equinox, light and dark, and we're moving into greater expressions of light as we move into spring. Spring also brings us into renewal, right? It's about the birth of the new. This is what we are experiencing in all of the ways. Balance, harmony, fertility, where your dreams, your ideas get to be manifested in earth plane reality. It's very exciting. And then March 28th is considered to be the seal the deal day. It's a really great astrological day to kind of seal the deal, like make the commitments in your business, your relationships, to yourself, make the grand proclamations, stand in the truth of what it is you're willing to create, fearless, powerful, initiated, activated all the way. It's a go for it day, and it sets the sequence and the frequency for the rest of the year. Don't miss it. Our words for this month. Our words. Number 1, release. Actually, the word I drew was surrender, but release and surrender are moving synchronistically of each other. So it's the ultimate letting go, handing it over, wrapping it up, calling it done. There is no need to play in that which you know is complete for you. Your freedom, your destiny, your ultimate creation is dependent upon you taking a firm stand and saying, it is done. It is done. It is done. It is done. I surrender. I release. I set myself and the person, the karma, the agreements, whatever, I set us all free. And there's a space that follows. And in that space is where divine grace gets to come and carry you home to what is for you as you have completed cycles, lifetime cycles, many lifetime cycles. This is what we are completing. So just say no, clear your plate of what's done and move on. Number 2 word, creativity. Again, this is the 3-month. It's all about getting creative. You can get creative with your finances, with your creations, with your expressions, with your words. This can influence some artistic expression. So even if you don't necessarily identify as a person who's artistic, artistry expression, like think outside of the box. It's about coloring outside of the lines, trying something new. So maybe play with things that are creative, play with paint, play with color, play with something you've always wanted to experience. Get creative and see what's possible. It's through the letting go of the old and the willingness to experience something new that the new you can rise up, that the new earth can rise up, that we can all rise together into this new template of divine creation. So get creative and it'll move your life forward. Number 3, rebirth. It's the spring. It's renewal. Who are you willing to become? It is the new earth, new you, new expressions. Creativity leads you to becoming something new and expressing in an entirely new way because the old is done and the last is play. There's a strong encouragement for you to get to playing, have some fun, come into greater ease, fun, and lightness. It's been an intense ride. And it's time that we light up. Lighten up the load, light up our energy beings, lighten up, light up, and have some fun. March will not disappoint. So be sure to optimize all of your greatest desires. Let destiny take the wheel. Let go of what's not for you and get creative in what it is you're willing to experience. I am sending so much love to your light. We lock arms. We rise up together. None of us is doing this alone. And most importantly, we're doing it. Have a beautiful March. I love you.